Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Far Above Rubies today. I'm so very glad that each of you are here. Today, as we continue our series on lessons from the wilderness, we're talking about the idea that miracles come when miracles are needed. Let's say that again. Miracles come when miracles are needed. We're going to read a single verse together today, and it's Exodus chapter 14, verse 18. It says, "When my glory is displayed through them, all Egypt will see my glory and know that I am the Lord." These are just a few of the miracles that Israel saw when they were in the wilderness. They saw the Red Sea parted. They saw water come from a rock twice. They saw the Jordan River parted. They saw Jericho's walls fall down. Jericho was a huge walled city. They saw bitter waters that could not be consumed turn sweet in a miracle. They saw manna come from heaven on a daily basis to feed the entire camp. They saw quail fly in to the camp, enough to feed all of the people daily. Their clothes never wore out or got too small for them. Miracle. If you have a young kid, you know that's a miracle. The pillar of fire by night, the pillar of cloud by day that the Lord went with them in. Every single one of these miracles that they saw in the wilderness came out of a need. Miracles come when miracles are needed. The children of Israel weren't given fresh flowers every day. They didn't have the latest and greatest fashions or tech every day. Their needs were met with supernatural provision as the needs arose. Sometimes, friends, miracles come to build our faith. Miracles come to encourage. Miracles can come to remind us who God is. Other times they come from the passage that we saw today, we looked at today in Exodus chapter 14. They come to show off His glory to the world around us. But they always come in a desperate need, in a dire situation, in a moment where we cannot do what needs to be done. But God can. So I want to leave you with two thoughts today in this simple and straightforward devotional. One, don't doubt God can come through for you. Look at the miracles they experienced in the wilderness. Look at the moments where they were between a rock and a hard place, where they were between the Red Sea and the Egyptian army. Look at the moments where there was no way out. Look at the moments where there was zero provision sitting in front of them. There was no way to feed their babies, and God made a way where there was no way. Do not doubt that God can come through for you. If God can do it then, He can do it now. If you needed the sea to be parted, God would part the sea. We no longer need seas to be parted. If we needed quail coming from heaven, God would send quail coming from heaven. We usually no longer need quail coming from heaven. But I've heard tales. I've heard tales of food showing up on doorsteps when no one was around to give it. I've heard tales. Don't doubt that God can and will come through for you in whatever that your need is. Let your faith be big enough to wrap your heart around the idea that miracles come when they are needed, when that moment is there. I've heard it said, if you don't have it, then you don't need it, because God knows exactly what you need. I've struggled with that in my life. God, but I need this. And God has come back at me, but yeah, do you really? Do you really, or do you just want it? Do you have need of it, or do you want it? When you need it, I assure you, God will provide it. I've seen Him do it. Don't doubt that God can and will come through for you when the need arises. Secondly, I'll leave you with this. If you're praying to see miracles, if you're praying to see miracles in your life, if you're praying, God, I want to be in that end time revival. God, I want to see miracles like they saw in the Bible. You better be ready. You better not be surprised when you find yourself in need of one. You better not be surprised when you find yourself in the dark hour, in the storm, in the middle of the situation where you're between the Red Sea and the Egyptian army, and you suddenly have need of a miracle. It's not a bad thing to pray, but don't let it creep up on you and be surprised. Don't be shocked. Don't be dumbfounded. Don't be scared when you find yourself in need of a miracle if you've been praying for God to send miracles and signs and wonders into and through your life. Go and read Exodus chapter 14 and verse 18. And if you'd like, take some time to search out some of those miracles that the Israelites experienced while they were in the wilderness. They will blow your mind in the best way. They will encourage you and remind you that God can and will come through at the moment of your need. If no one's told you lately, you are loved and you are cherished and you are valuable. You have beautiful and tremendous worth, my sweet friend, and that worth is far above rubies. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. God bless you.